This video is clearly not what you are used to. This is the story of my car, not just a boring list of specs. Get ready to see something you have never seen before.
Поверните направо.
Ян, вашему мотору пизда, я могу заранее сказать. Готова. А она готовая, да.
She was brought back to life just to die again, remade to become someone else entirely. This is the story of my friend, of my dream, of my prison.
This car has traveled half of the world, from the 40 degrees heat of Spain to the -30 freeze of Siberia. It climbed mountains that even many off-roaders wouldn't dare approach. It got stuck belly deep, struggled, but still carried us to the peaks of the Alps.
Брат, не разбей машину, ёбаный в рот, бля, вели.
It slammed its underbody into the world's every surface about 3 trillion times, smashing all the plastics and wrecking the suspension. There were so many places where I wouldn't broken down, and no one wouldn't ever save me.
Ассаламу алейкум!
Девочки, вы упали.
And I'm not even talking about the times it's accelerated to the speed of light, destroying all 4 wheels that was a former Natar one-way. It drove along the ocean floor and totaled itself against a guardrail just a week after purchase, thanks to the autopilot error. It raced for hours on the track and often flew off into the gravel. It drifted in winter across parking lots, and in summer on every roundabout it couldn't find. It covered thousands of kilometers through mountains with a trailer, fully loaded, carrying solar panels, generator and tents, letting us see the world in a whole new way. It simply allowed the life to be lived the way the hair demanded. It didn't care if the road had to be swum across instead of driving. It just didn't care. And in less than 2 years, I drove more than 170,000 kilometers.
Et c'est exactement le moment pour pouvoir continuer notre voyage. Et для того, чтобы это стало возможным, n'importe quelle rencontre commence par la frontière.
Первый пункт успеха заключается в том, чтобы сделать грамотное планирование.
But even such incredible adventures come at the price, the hardships we had to face. For example, the wheels had to be replaced due to damage, alignment is no longer possible, and the car can't drive straight without a complete suspension overhaul. First, it was hit on the right side. No big deal, we fixed it. Then it crashed head-on into a guardrail and was patched up in a garage with just a few screws. And it just kept going, no serious consequences. It flew over the train tracks and nothing broke. It smashed through curbs at the full speed and came out without a single scratch. It almost lost a wheel, and still nothing serious. Yeah, ever since I bought it, the connectivity hasn't worked, and MG refused to replace the telemetry even with a proof. I had a million errors messages that MG also refused to fix. I asked for help with a towing hitch, still nothing. Even the rear light cracked from the cold and they said it's not covered under warranty. But hey, they did replace the door handle, because it stopped working. A machine this unique couldn't stay ordinary. I installed a diesel heating system, so we could stay warm in winter, both under the frunk and through the window. It was absolutely incredible. I added extra lighting for our journeys through the mountains and forest.
Зайка. Вот он и без фар.
And of course, a rooftop tent to make sleeping during road trips even more comfortable. We came up with a design that turns heads. I bought the perfect wheels for this car. Now, just by its look, it screams it's ready to conquer the world down to the very last kilowatt, even if it has to be pulled by another car on a tow rope with a dead battery. Of course, miracles doesn't exist and physics always wins. The battery has aged. From the original 64 kilowatt hours, it now holds no more than 58, but I always charge it from 0 to 100 and draw it down to the 0 again, so battery health stands at 93%.
Arajan, 93%! 93%! That it's insane! For real abuse, it's almost laughable. A tiny, teeny, easy CD car, and all this time, nothing broke. No rust. And guys, listen up. Out of 170,000 kilometers, I take a pause and really heard this. It's matter. Out of 170,000 kilometers, I drove at least 150,000 for them for free. This is not a joke.
Давай здесь остановимся. Ну, чуть-чуть.
What is loyalty? Clearly, I am not the one to ask. And yet, somehow I'm undeservedly surrounded by those who embodied it.
And she is not exception. She becomes mine, visually one of the kind with an unforgettable story and an intriguing future ahead. Yes, she's not doing great right now, only one headlight still works. The camera is broken, the metal is wrecked, but she'll spit out the blood, wrap her hands in bandage and show everyone once again how to live, not just exist. She's about to go through the changes I can't wait to share. You won't recognize her, because the transformation has already begun. I have started restoring her, pouring my energy back in. She's become a warrior, one who went through everything and never broke. The most reliable car I ever know. As long as her battery and motor are alive, she'll keep going forever.
Ох, нихуя. Редуктор, блядь. Дед. Газуй. Ого. Ну давай. Аккуратно. О, звук изменился, смотри-ка. Ну, я думаю, если очень циклично, то сателлиты-то на осях живут, на стержнях.
Yes, she's finally broke down, right at 177,000 kilometers. It's a shame. The gearbox failed, and even with that kind of damage, she kept going. Yes, some parts were worn, even damaged, but she couldn't still drive. And fast. I was still racing with her, even in that condition.
Ты где-то очень хорошо, знатно влетел в яму.
Да.
Right now I'm without a car, but soon it will be fixed and it keep on going. Far, long and all the most amazing adventures.
I think you have one last question left. Let me answer it.
It may seem like all I do in this video is break my car, but this is not the case.
Human nature shows us people drift in ordinary cars without any modifications. Affordable family EVs beat sports cars. Phones are now good enough for professional filming. And with a tiny drone, I flew above the clouds just to see the mountains. And the list could go on forever.
Everything was made for a reason, but sometimes you just want to see how far you can push it.